Hey y'all, how's it doing? Trust me, you had a great day. And tomorrow you're gonna have even better. Welcome to Cinemaniacs. Let me introduce myself, Rick, with my brother and partner, Easty.
Hi.
How's it doing, man?
Great. How are you doing?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. As always.
As always. So, what's our pick today?
It's The Prestige.
The Prestige
Yeah.
by Christopher Nolan.
Great.
Hey,
Christopher Nolan.
finally, we got something belongs to Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Probably the
It's,
most awaited episode for some listeners.
yeah. And really something we both are equally passionate about. This
Oh,
movie.
truly. Indeed, man.
Yeah. We truly love this movie. Not just an analyst, also as a viewer. We really enjoy watching it. It's
Exactly.
not, it's not
Without
just a movie we just watch it for unfolding it. We just watch it to get entertained, to get mystified.
exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't seen any movie more rewatchable than this.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just watch it 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, 20 times. I mean, it will give you the same pleasure and I
Yeah.
mean the same, experience.
Yeah. You watch it first and you're just a little bit clueless. You don't know what's happening. But when you watch it second time,
Right.
you see so many clues, so many hidden messages throughout the movie.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so many overshadows. Like you see clues all over the place. And you realize there are just too many clues. Why I didn't notice it at the first time?
Of course, man. I mean, it's one of the longest film. I mean, 240 minutes. And I mean, ask how?
How?
Because we have to watch it twice. For
Yeah.
everyone, man. I mean, nobody in the world can say that, okay, I watched The Prestige for the first time, I loved it, and I ain't gonna watch it again.
Nah. He's gonna watch it
Yeah,
again and again and again.
of course, I mean, one has to watch it again.
Yeah. It has that value uh,
Mhm. Of course.
inbuilt. Like it's not like you're watching it for entertainment. You're watching it just to find more clues, find more
Exactly. I
reasons.
mean, we are not more than just audience, I mean, who are witnessing some kind of magic tricks by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, it keeps you hungry for more
Oh, of
every time.
course.
Yeah. So, what do you say about the title? I know it's boring,
No,
just
no,
the
I mean, it,
prestige.
it, it can't be, it can't be boring, Easty, come on. I mean, when the film starts, every act has 3 parts. The pledge, the turn, and the prestige. I mean, one of the most spectacular title. Come on. I mean, the
Yeah,
prestige.
yeah,
Like,
it's like meta cinematic.
oh,
Even movies
okay.
have 3 parts: start, middle, and then conclusion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that kind of things.
Prestige.
Yeah, even when title started and you can see hats all over the place. It's also the prestige. The hats were also prestige. The movie title is prestige. When movie ended, it also a prestige.
Prestige. Right.
Yeah, it's all prestige, prestige. They were fighting for prestige.
Exactly.
So,
And
it's
according to, who
mhm.
was the better prestige guy?
The better
I mean, Robert
prestige guy.
Incher or Alfred Borden?
It's a bit confusing and polarizing, but I would say I pick Angier.
Robert Incher.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was more passionate. He was more crazier.
Hmm.
He really wanted to be a prestige. He didn't like when his double was taking credit of prestige
Oh, yeah,
at the
remember.
double act. So he didn't like it. He said, I have to be the guy who is a turn, and I have to be a guy who is prestige as well. So he was more
Right.
passionate about it as well. So I think he was a better prestige.
And he was, I mean, very envious too.
Yeah, he was really.
That made him literally a different character. I
Yeah.
mean, we
He
can
was
say
very.
anti-hero. Come on.
Yeah, when movie started, you see that Robert Angier is more of a playful guy. He's
Yeah.
always smiling, always laughing. But then you
Right, right.
see a really sharp turn. You see his character is becoming more depth. He's becoming more edgy, more
Oh,
dark.
yeah. I mean, after the death of Julia, I mean, that
Yeah,
was a very tragic scene, very tragic
yeah.
incident.
He traumatized.
Yeah. Though that was completely unintentional. I
We
mean,
can
just
say
that
that.
was mutual understanding between Alfred Borden and Julia.
Yeah, we can say that, but they shouldn't have practiced it.
Oh,
I
of
mean,
course, of course.
you can't expect someone to try new thing at the very start. I mean, you just
Right,
tried a knot at the very start, and you just expect him to get out of it. It's a
right.
bit silly. It's stupid. But yeah, you can say there was a mutual understanding when he was nodding, and she gives a little nod through the eyes. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was there.
I mean, they should get a proper approval from Cutler. Come on, I mean, without his
Yeah,
approval, nobody can imagine.
Cutter was really responsible.
Yeah.
He's not a guy who play around. He's very serious about it. Even when X started, he
Hmm.
had a stopwatch at this start, and he always kept an X.
And X, yeah, right.
Yeah, always, because he knew it can go wrong. So he was really that guy.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
And Easty, I mean, of course, there's a question pops up for you. Like, what
Mhm.
you got to say about the director's style, I mean, for this particular film?
We need two podcasts to discuss that. But
Lovely.
we can pop up some questions. We can tackle something about
I
his
can
style.
understand your emotions, Easty.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean,
still, in
yeah, the
this
two of
very episode, you have to just share your love, I mean, for this director's style.
yeah, it's very wide. You can't just put everything in one jar.
Hmm.
There are many jars, so I can open one jar at a time. So I think something which not many people notice about his style is
Hmm.
more about his screenwriting is that he used very polite languages. Very polite. You never see a word fuck or any kind of profanity.
Hmm.
Even if you're hearing something awful, it's like bloody or hell or very light kind of thing. It's not very um, dark. It's not
I
all over
see.
the place. Yeah, he really used that kind of language. The language is very subtle throughout the movie. So it's very poetic as well. Even the interaction between two characters, it doesn't sound very natural at some point. It does sound like a theater, but
Oh,
that's
kind of
his style is.
dramatic, right?
Yeah, kind of dramatic,
Yeah.
and it has to be.
Of course,
Also,
of
it's
course.
a movie. It's meant to be as an entertainment, so it has to be like that.
And
Um,
again, I mean, this director also has his own universe, own world of, a cinematic experience. I mean,
yeah,
an
um,
isolated world.
yeah. I mean, you're trying to say a world within a world, something
Oh,
like that.
yeah, exactly. A world within a world.
Yeah, and you
Right.
also know his style about non-linear storytelling. It's very non-linear
I'm fan of that thing. Seriously.
and jump cuts.
Of course, I mean, more than 140 jump cuts in this particular film, The Prestige. And that thing literally, I mean, I guess the best USP of this particular film, that is the jump
Yeah, yeah,
cuts. I loved
yeah.
that non-linear screenplay of this film.
And it's not like you're jumping just forward. You're jumping backward as well.
Exactly,
You're
yeah, both.
you're watching a story in future, then you're coming present, then
Right.
it's past, and then it's end. And it's really rare to see the movie start where it's end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he was showing a trick to that girl, and then later you get to
Right.
know that that's the ending of a movie as well. So I really like that. Uh, and jump cut also put audience at a maze-like
Hmm.
scenario. Like you're always finding a way to. It's like a puzzle. You're always solving it. You're not like just watching it and getting what's going on. It's like a
Right.
puzzle. You keep on solving it. It's like character is not in a maze. You
Hmm.
are in a maze. The characters know where it is, but you don't know which part of maze you are right now.
Whoa, interesting.
Yeah. And
Lovely.
what you say about his style? Like,
Actually, I don't have that much of technical knowledge and technical
yeah,
terms
it doesn't
just
require
to
technical
share.
knowledge. It's like
I love,
you
yeah.
can just say what you like about his style. If
I
you
think
see,
you covered most of its part, but again, I mean, I would add like obviously the way he arranged every shot or every scene,
yeah,
and
staging.
if yeah, staging his
Staging is
blockings,
wonderful.
and Easty above all, there's a term. I mean, you must know
Hmm.
intercutting.
Exactly.
So Christopher Nolan used intercutting very beautifully, exceptionally. I mean, good. I mean, he's damn good at it
Yeah,
when it comes
he's
to
really good at
intercutting,
intercutting.
right?
He really
And
likes it too.
yeah, exactly. I mean, he can cut any shot from its within, and he'll merge another shot, and that whole scene will look beautiful.
Yeah, and also inserts as well. You see inserts
Hmm.
in Wes Anderson's movie, and you notice it's just too much. Like
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So
somebody
much to
passes
explore,
yeah,
right?
somebody passes a letter, and you get a shot of letter.
Hmm. Right,
Even Christopher Nolan does it, but he does it very subtly. Like you see in a piece of paper, but you're not seeing it from directly on a paper. You're seeing like from an overhead shot.
right.
So
Got it.
yeah, it always one step back. And he also put emphasis on realism as well. You don't find his movie cartoonish or tacky, something like that. Everything
Exactly.
seems so real,
So
so
real.
convincing. Even the electricity when
Oh, of
it was
course.
popping up on that
Yeah,
machine, it was so
that
real.
zapping sound.
Yeah, even the Foley artist did so good work on that
Exactly.
sound. That sounds really like some thundering, some. It really sounds like a Tesla coil. Tesla coil does sound like that. Maybe they made a miniature model of it and recorded the sound of it. Who knows?
Possible, man.
There's
Of
a
course.
possible.
He's
Always a
very
possible.
precise, I mean, when it comes to technicalities.
Yeah.
Really.
Even slow pull-ins. You
Right.
see, there's slight pull-ins when you remember that shot when his brother,
Mhm.
Alfred's brother, born in the second half of it,
Mhm.
came for came to pay visit his brother in jail,
Oh,
and
I
he
mean,
was
I can't
telling,
forget that scene. Yeah, I really love
yeah,
that
yeah, at the end
conversation.
of the movie.
Mhm.
So you can see a little pull in that shot. The
Right.
camera was just pulling in a little bit, slightly. He never used zooms. He never uses zoom. Have you noticed?
Okay, I'm
Throughout the
getting it.
movie,
What you're saying. Right. I got it.
he never used zoom in. I really
Right.
like
Right.
that
Right.
thing. I mean, when you start zoom,
Mhm.
it sounds sometimes very tacky. It looks
I see.
cheap in a sense. I mean, you're watching someone and it's all of a
Yeah,
sudden you
kinda
zoom in on the face.
orthodox shot. And
Yeah,
an
very orthodox.
orthodox craft regarding cinematography. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, Nolan is above all these.
yeah. I think he shot one scene with multi angles.
I
Like,
see.
I mean, he taking several takes, of course. Like, if he takes 10 takes,
Mhm.
he always covering with different angle. So he have more options on an editing table. I think he
Right.
likes to spend more time on editing table as well. Because if you see his movie, you see very fast cuts. You don't see a camera to hold a lot of time.
Mhm.
Always cutting, 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 cutting. You don't see a camera to hold one
But I
frame.
really love that thing.
Yeah, it's really keep you engaged throughout the
Yeah,
movie.
that thing
Yeah, I
really
really
makes
like.
him unique.
Yeah, multi-camera coverage is really orthodox, but it works
Right.
really good. And what can I say, man? I mean, he does make movie like an indie filmmaker in a sense.
Oh, well said, Easty. Exactly.
Yeah,
We can say that.
Yeah, he doesn't use steady cam
Right.
a lot. I mean, he using handheld camera a lot. You can see the
Exactly.
shot is a little bit moving. You
And
don't see
that
shot.
style makes some shots really beautiful. For example, like if you talk about following shots. So
Yeah,
every following shot in Nolan's film, it appears exceptionally beautiful.
yeah. It looks static, but
Static, right?
it does look beautiful as well.
Exactly, man.
You're immersed into it. So I really like it.
Yeah.
Very guerrilla style shooting. Like he using expensive crew,
Mhm.
but props are expensive as well. But the
Of
way
course,
he's
of course.
shooting it is very indie, very indie. I like that.
Right.
It does make take film to another taste. You're watching something and it looks expensive, but you're watching it a perspective which is quite moderate, quite what we can say, generous. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
That's interesting, man.
yeah,
Bit
even
technical.
magics are very practical. You
Oh
don't
yeah,
see.
I mean, I was about to say this. I mean, he depicted the art of magic or illusion very honestly. I
Yeah,
mean, be it any trick. I mean, the transported man,
mm.
and the Tesla's machine, or the tricks with the birds. I mean, he depicted very honestly all the
Even the
tricks.
bullet catch.
Bullet catch. Oh,
We
of
never
course.
saw a bullet catch,
Yeah,
but we see it as a failed illusion.
right.
We
Bullet
see it
catch.
only successing when his wife shot
Oh,
us.
of course, of course.
He
Hey,
caught
Isti,
it.
by the way, which knot you tied?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. And he
Anyways,
screams. I like that. Yeah, you just remind me of that scene in Funeral.
oh
And he
man,
was,
of course.
yeah, he was saying, "You don't know? You don't know?" He screamed
Three
it so
times,
many
yeah, he
times.
repeated,
Three times.
and the third time, I mean, that was quite intense. You
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
camera was far behind from
Yeah,
him,
right.
and you can see everything static, everything white,
And Borden got
plain.
escaped simply. I mean, he wasn't ready to even face him.
Ah,
That
maybe he
was
was
really a
the
tragic part, yeah.
yeah, maybe he was the other Borden who tied the knot, and the other
Yeah,
body came at
possible.
the
We never
funeral.
know.
Yeah, that's why he didn't knew
Frederick
that.
or Albert.
Yeah, even the
Yeah,
bullet catch was performing by the other Borden who didn't knew about the knot.
right,
That's why
exactly.
when he was about to shoot him and he asked him which knot you tied, Borden,
I
and he
don't know.
said, "I don't know." He
Exactly.
was really honest about it. He didn't knew that. That
Right,
was
right.
true. You can see honesty in his eye. He was really telling a truth.
And as an actor, I mean, Bale nailed it, yeah. Come on. I mean, the way he
Yeah,
portrayed both the brothers,
yeah.
that was beyond levels, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're an expert at acting, so you know better about.
Always.
Obviously.
I mean, I'm not expert, but I really love this particular craft, this particular art, and this particular part of every film, that is acting, the portrayal of any character. Hey, why don't we discuss about the choice of actors he made in this film?
Yeah, man, it was just too perfect. Sometimes you look at it, and even the small role of that girl, Julia, that
Oh,
was also
right,
quite
right.
perfect. She does seems like a French girl, and yeah,
Piper, right?
Piper. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't remember her name, but yeah, it was Piper. So
Every casting, literally, I mean, perfect.
yeah, I mean, you got Batman, you got Wolverine, you got Black Widow,
Hey, come on.
you got Alfred, you even
And
got
Caesar also. Andy
yeah,
Serkis.
yeah, you got Caesar also, and
Caesar.
he also in MCU movie as well in
Oh,
Avengers: Age
yeah,
of Ultron.
right. Age of Ultron.
So, and he was in Black Panther as well. So,
Quite
he did.
expressive actor, seriously.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
he
the way
was.
he used his facial muscles, I
Yeah,
mean,
he was one
beyond
of those actor
craft.
you call him uh, physical actor.
Physical actor, right.
Yeah, he does physical acting quite well. He
Exactly.
can transform himself as a gorilla, as a golem, as a. I mean, he does nailed it. Motion capture, his father. You can say him father of motion capture acting. You can call him.
Oh,
He
well,
started a
that's
trend.
huge.
Yeah, he started a trend from Lord of Rings, so you can call him father of
I
motion
see.
capture acting.
And it's
So
really nice to see him performing.
yeah, sometimes he performed live action, like he
Right.
performed in Black Panther, he performed in his this movie. he was also in one
Ali.
movie with Christian Bale as well.
Oh,
So
I see.
yeah, there's also, I don't remember the name,
Mhm.
but there was a movie and he was performing as a live actor.
Whoa.
So that was good in that movie as well.
And besides him, I mean, we had Michael Caine, Sir Michael Caine.
Sir Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Michael Caine.
Yeah, I knew you will say that. Michael Caine.
Like, yeah, that's a cocky accent.
Oh,
Cockney accent of Britain. There are many accents in Britain, so
mhm.
Cockney accent is more of a working class
Michael
accent.
Caine. Michael.
Yeah, yeah, people who
Okay.
are in working class speak that accent more.
And you know, Isti, I mean, I thought that particular character was made only for him.
Yeah, you can say that because he totally nailed the
Of
every
course.
single perspective, every
There was
single.
something beyond performance, you know, Isti. I mean,
Yeah,
we can't imagine that character without Sir Michael Caine.
yeah. I mean, when Christopher Nolan was writing about
Yeah,
John Cutter, or maybe just putting out of novel,
right.
so he was at some point he had a Michael Caine in his mind.
Definitely, without a doubt.
Yeah, yeah. He wrote that character for him because and he was neither good neither bad.
Right.
He was just something in between.
Hey, Isti, but what if they would choose Morgan Freeman for that role?
I mean, yeah, you can say that, but it would be a bit inappropriate, or we can say
Hmm.
uh, historically inaccurate. You can't
I
find a
see.
black man uh, doing that kind of thing in late 1800s. That's the truth of
Okay, I
society. You
see.
can't find him. You can't see a black man doing that kind of job
Right.
and with the respect. You can find him in 1960s, 1970s. It is possible at that time.
Hmm.
But yeah, you have to keep that thing in mind as well. I mean, that's the same reason you can't put any Indian actor or any Russian actor. You can put Russian, but you can't put any Indian actor at that kind of movie
I see.
without being stereotyped. That's the problem of that movies. It is because of the era. You can't
Era,
change
yeah.
timeline.
We can't deny that also.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt Morgan Freeman can nail the show as well.
Of
He
course,
can
of course.
perform. He can do even better. You can say Michael Caine is white Morgan Freeman,
Oh
and
my
Morgan
God.
Freeman is black
Black
Michael
Michael
Caine.
Caine.
Yeah, you can say that, but you can't interchange those characters in this movie. It's
Oh, I
quite
mean,
inaccurate.
that's our bad, dear listeners. I mean, we are not being racist.
No, no, no,
You
we
know,
are not
just
racist.
yeah, it's
We are
just
just telling the truth.
yeah, right.
Yeah, at that
We're just
time
trying to
it
explain.
was,
I mean, the connection between both the characters. I mean, the heights of
yeah,
both the
it's
actors, basically.
yeah, it's not racist. I mean, that's the truth of that time. It
Right.
was there. I mean, you have to address it. And even Morgan Freeman said that if you have to end racism, you have to stop talking about it.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it in an interview. He said that,
Right. Right.
Morgan Freeman. I don't
And
know
apart
what
from
was.
being such a great actor, he's a damn good human being, Morgan Freeman.
He's a god.
God, yeah, we can say
He
that.
always played
No less
God.
than a god.
If you imagine a god speaking in English, you think
Yeah,
about Morgan
Morgan
Freeman.
Freeman, right. Yeah, I
From
mean,
the
a
Morgan
lot of
Freeman.
examples. I mean, the theory of God, Bruce Almighty. I mean,
Mm.
he's really like a god.
He
And also
also
his,
narrated.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, no, continue.
Shawshank Redemption. I mean, of
Oh my
course,
God. I
his
love the
narration in
movie, man.
that film was
Yeah. People cast him just for narration.
right, right, quite pleasing for our ears.
Yeah, his voice is very magical. I like it. I
Right.
can listen about horse having sex in a voice of Morgan Freeman
Oh,
for
my
2 hours,
God.
and I can't stop listening.
Hey,
I
Steve,
can.
come on.
I mean, I'm talking about his voice, man. His voice
Yeah,
is so brilliant that you can
right.
hear anything
Anything,
remotely, anything,
no
man,
doubt.
anything ridiculous. That's why I gave a ridiculous example.
No, I mean the way he maintained his pitch and tempo while delivering any lines. I mean,
Yeah,
perfect.
it's beautiful.
Hey, anyways, let's get back to the third act. Come on,
The
the
prestige.
Prestige.
What was prestige?
Prestige. The third act. Yeah, I mean, like you said, that the whole film is all about the third act. Like how one can retrieve the lost thing.
Yeah, it was.
Exactly. And
The
people
movie
don't give a
wasn't.
damn about what's being lost on the stage. They just want it back, or even better.
Yeah, that's the thing. People don't
Right.
care what's the mid, what's the starting.
Exactly.
They give a fuck about starting. They want to
Yeah.
know what are the characters. But sometimes people lost track of from in middle of it.
Right, right, right.
That happens. You start watching movie and at the middle of it we start uh, roaming around. We're going for water, we're going for toilet, and we stop paying attention at the middle part. And that's where the real magic happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
that's the thing. That movie was in constant state of turn, and you get
right,
prestige at the end of it. But the movie is always a constant stage of turn. There are turns and turns and turns and turns and turns,
right.
and it
Uh,
keeps you just one step behind, always. You think that's gonna happen, and the opposite gonna happen. You think,
right.
okay, I'm gonna get the secret of how he cloned himself, and the camera cuts, and you're getting some different perspective, some different story. So
Exactly.
it always keep you guessing what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen. A person who's watching first time, I must
Mhm.
tell you, don't expect much. Just watch. Just watch it. Just bear with him.
Right.
And just complete the movie and then watch it again. That's the best way to watch that movie.
Okay, so I mean, we were talking about the choice of actors, and we didn't talk about Hugh Jackman, Robert Anger.
Hugh Jackman. Oh my
Yeah.
God. He was really perfect. Like I said, he was very uh, optimistic, very happy, very
Right.
smiling at the start. You see it as him as a hero character at the start. You see, oh, okay, he's gonna be hero of that movie, and then he turned out to be
Oh,
bit more
anti-hero. Yeah.
anti-hero, more
Right.
anti-hero
More anti-hero than Alfred
because
Borden.
yeah, I mean, three people were there and two were anti-hero, one were hero. So
Right.
one of Christopher Christian Bale was a hero. The
Yeah,
other
we
half,
can say. Right.
yeah, who lost his two fingers during
Oh,
the shootout.
yeah, yeah.
So he was a bit innocent. Not completely, but more innocent than those two.
Right.
So, yeah, he really nailed the role, man. I really like his expression throughout the movie. Very plain, very calm, very.
Exactly.
He was
The
acting
great
through his eyes.
Denton.
Like I said, you know more about acting.
Mhm.
I mean, if I gave you the role about of Robert Angier,
Oh my
how
God.
you how you make preparation? How
Oh,
you going to
what
prepare
you
this
asked.
role?
I mean, that will require more than 2 episodes
But still,
just to express my love towards this particular craft. And yeah, I mean, I would be the luckiest man on the earth if I got the opportunity to play Robert Anger. I mean, a guy having a girlfriend, having a brother, having a mentor. But apart from that, or we can say above all, he was having something bigger. I mean, a passion, a vision to just shine like the biggest illusionist ever existed. I mean, he could challenge wizards, man. Come on. He could challenge wizards when it comes to trick anyone. So, I mean, that particular character was so much ambitious and so much graceful also. I mean, we can say he was having some kind of charisma,
yeah,
very
he had that
charismatic
charisma.
character, a sexy illusionist, we can say.
Yeah,
So that grace he maintained very well from his eyes, from his smile, and he was cute also. If we talk about that character was cute also. When he was trying that trick with the glass bowl between his
glass.
legs.
Yeah,
Yeah. So when
he,
he was just trying in his room in front of Julia, so
hmm.
that scene was really sweet.
Yeah, he
He,
liked to learn new things. We can say
yeah,
he was
exactly.
really avid about learning. You can
Right.
call him Tom Cruise of his era,
Oh my
Robert
God.
Angier,
Oh,
because
yeah,
because both
exactly.
are charismatic,
Yeah.
both are charming,
Charismatic,
uh,
charming,
they both
ambitious, and
are
right,
ambitious,
right,
and they
right.
both take huge risks.
Exactly, man.
Yeah,
And
they both are sort of a
he was
stuntman.
having so much. I mean, that character, he lost his love, we can say, and after
Yeah,
that, he was still chasing the ambition. And I think later that character became very dangerous because he just never wanted to get stopped.
Yeah, he
Nothing
was.
could stop him.
Yeah, he was stubborn about his name as well. When Cutter asked him to
Oh
change the
yeah,
name, and
the
he said
Great
no,
Denton.
it has to be Great Denton
And he
because
actually gave the exact reason. Like, it's
yeah,
sophisticated.
or maybe because Julia gave her that name. That's
Oh,
why
of course. You see,
Julia
that was
gave
the
him.
reason. Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he was very emotional about that name
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
When
We
Cutter
we
asked
could
him,
see from his eyes at that time.
yeah, when he said it stays, so you can see it in his eyes, like he was really stubborn about it. No, I'm gonna keep the same name throughout it. So he didn't want to change the name of act as well.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, he
And
was pushy as well.
I think Easty, this is the common thing between both the characters, or I must say all the three characters. I mean, Albert, Frederick, and Robert. All these three characters were having a kind of emotional depth or emotional ocean within them.
Yeah, and they were all chasing one thing,
Yeah,
the
right,
perfect illusion. They
right,
just they just wanted to do a perfect illusion which no one can ever come up.
exactly.
So
And they both amazed, each other throughout the film. I mean,
yeah,
with their trick, and they also tried to ruin the other tricks, the other tricks. I mean, a lot of time. Oh my
yeah,
God, I can't forget that scene. When the lady lost her fingers on the stage and the
yeah.
little bird died. Oh my God, that was a tragic failure of that trick.
But I really like the way Alfred Borden ruined that trick.
Oh,
He
seriously,
really
man.
he came up. Yeah, he saw he didn't have two fingers, and he was like, "Oh my
Yeah,
God!" He came up here, and he just
really, really.
snatched that cage, and that lady lost her fingers. It was so beautiful, terrifying, and as well. I
Right.
mean, you can you watch it. I watched it 7 times
Oh my
because
God.
I like it so much. I just keep on playing that whole thing. I
Yeah.
really like his trick when he was playing with ball as well. I really like the trick in the jail. He was
Hey, that
fooling.
scene was, quite significant throughout the film.
Yeah,
The
I mean
exchange of that rubber ball. Hey, I
yeah.
mentioned rubber ball, okay?
No, no. Uh, I was talking about that scene when he fooled the jailer, not the jailer, but the guard.
Hey,
The
that scene was, yeah, quite interesting
when
scene. Yeah, right.
yeah, when guard was teasing him
Yeah.
about you
He
can't
just
escape.
pretended that you lost the control over that or lost the balance over that ball.
Hmm.
And later he
That
just
was the
ended up
turn.
tying up. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the whole point. He kept him thinking about, oh, he lost that control on the ball,
exactly.
and then he put off his guard. I mean, it happens in the magic as well. When
Yeah,
magicians
right.
calls you on the stage, he really welcomes you with a smile, and he really having his hypnotism already on you.
Right, right, right.
So
They
he,
use so much of distractions.
yeah, that's how they distract you, and that's how he distracted that guard as well. And
Exactly.
so that's the whole point of it. I mean, I think he also showed him that he can escape anytime he wants. He's just waiting for a moment. He could have
Okay.
escaped that jail as well, if you think of it, when he can switch the knocks.
Right.
So there is a possibility that he can escape out of jail as well.
Well, this
But
can be
why he
only
didn't?
answered by Nolan.
Huh? But why he didn't? That's the real question.
Yeah,
You-
probably.
maybe he was doing it for her kid.
Oh, that kid, the sweet little
Uh,
girl.
yeah, yeah. But but when you think of it, he wasn't her father. The parent was father.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you wrap around your head on that, that Fallon was father. I don't know why he's doing that, but he did it. And
Right.
yeah, you're right. Only Nolan can answer the question.
Yeah, exactly.
But he did it. I don't know why he did it, but okay. So
Fallon.
just out of nowhere, which character would you like to play if you could?
Oh my God. Every time this question just, it just shakes me. Literally, I'm trembling. Just imagining that which character from this particular film. Okay, so back to the rhythm. I would say Easty. Obviously, again, I'm choosing the lead, but not intentionally. But yeah, I would love and I would be the luckiest to play Alfred Borden.
It's a
I
no-brainer.
loved the character of Robert Danger also, but when it comes to play a character, I would blindly choose Alfred Borden.
I can
That's
understand.
it.
I can understand it. Why you chose it. I mean, it's a bit more complex than Robert Angier.
Exactly.
Are you saying? Bit more. I mean, Robert Angier is also a complex character, but he's a bit more. He's doing double role, but there's very slight difference between two characters.
Exactly.
You have to really keep your eyes on that person to notice the difference. Just,
Right,
I
right.
mean, there are differences, very, very small differences, but it's so insignificant that you didn't notice at first. But when you watch it twice, thrice, you start noticing, oh, there are slight differences between two characters.
There were layers, man, in his performance.
Very subtle layers. I
Right.
mean, you don't, it's not over the top, it's not on your face. It's just there, and if you pay attention, you can notice that kind of layers.
And Alfred Borden, I mean, the beautiful chemistry between the two brothers. Hey, I mean, sorry for the spoilers, listeners. But yeah.
I mean,
So
I
they were
expect
twin
all
brothers.
listeners to have watched that movie. Only few
Yeah,
of them maybe didn't watch it,
but
but
still.
yeah, if you're listening it, be ready for spoilers. There are spoilers. We spoiled the movie very early on, man. You remember the
Exactly.
first minute I said about
But it
some
won't
more?
spoil your fun, guys. Trust me.
Not a
Give it a
bit.
watch.
Not a bit. You have to watch it.
Right. Hey, Easty, by the way, which knot you tied?
I don't know.
Second time. Let's see
Really?
how many times I'll catch you. Okay,
I
so
don't know.
anyways, yeah, back to the Alfred Borden. And
Yeah.
of course, I mean, Robert Angier described him in a line that his soul never rested. So I really loved that line. I mean, denoting Alfred Borden. I mean, a restless guy having
Yeah.
restless eyes, restless soul, and the sacrifice he made. I mean, to just for the sake of that particular trick, the transported man.
Yeah, he did.
Obviously, you can't forget that scene. I mean, when he just cut two fingers of his brother. That was, oh my God, that scene. Nobody can
Yeah.
forget that scene.
Yeah, he said when Angier asked him at the
Yeah,
end of the movie, he said, "Oh, Cutter was always trying to say me that that trick is easy, very simple."
yeah, right.
And then he replied, "Simple, maybe. Easy, not."
No, simple but
Because
not easy, right?
yeah, that's the whole thing. Like two men sharing one life. It can look simple, but it's not easy.
Of course, of course.
It's not
And
easy.
that
It's not.
actually costed Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah and Olivia as well.
Right. Yeah, we can say
Because
Sarah and Olivia.
yeah, because Olivia
Both,
was
both, both the
also
women, I mean, paid
yeah,
for it.
yeah, she was also emotionally uh,
Right,
traumatized
right, right.
a little bit. First, he used to like she used to like Robert Angier. Then Robert Angier hypnotized him, or we can say convinced him to break into Alfred Borden and brought something, some evidence, some diary,
Right.
some kind of thing to him. And then she started liking Albert Borden. So yeah, she was also a complex character, man.
Of course, man. I mean, as an
If you think
actor,
of it.
one can have a lot of things to do. I mean, to portray this character, Alfred Borden. A
Yeah,
lot of things. Every
yeah,
single word of him, every single expression of him, having a different story. I mean,
yeah.
I really loved that character. Hey, but what about you, Isti? Which character you would love to play?
Uh, I really like small character roles.
Oh, like always.
So I would pick David Bowie's
David
character.
Bowie. Okay, wait, Tesla.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla.
Okay, got it.
Because he is also a musician. He was also a singer, a record
Oh
producer.
man,
So there's a bit similarity between him and me.
you're
And
a
I
bloody
think just
scanner of music stuff. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. So there's a little bit of similarities on that point,
Right.
and also that's a really small role, and also because of Tesla.
Mhm.
I'm really a big fan of Tesla. I really
Oh my
like him.
God.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
you were the first bencher at your school, man.
no, the last bencher.
Okay, that is good. Hey,
I
but
was in
yeah,
last bencher.
what say about that particular character? I mean, Tesla, which Nolan portrayed. I mean, in that particular film, not
I really
portrayed. He
liked it.
actually depicted that character, but the guy portrayed that character.
I think the one thing people really noticed,
Hmm.
not really noticed about him, was he was really doing good Russian accent with English. If you
I see.
look at him, I mean, he's a British guy, David Bowie, and he's saying things in Russian accent,
Hmm.
but in English, it's a bit tough because there's not really a phonetic similarities between Russian accent and British accent. But he
Right.
did it really subtly. He didn't do it like, oh, I have to do it. It's Russia. It's not like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you see that kind of sound in video games. If you're playing
Right. Right.
Call of Duty and you
Yep.
see a Russian character pops up, he always like, take my AK-47. It's so
You,
over the
you you
top.
did well, man.
So it's so over the top. It doesn't sound natural. But what he did with his character was really
I
convincing.
mean, you
Just
mean he kept it very controlled or balanced?
yeah, and
I mean,
he's
the accent.
not an actor. You have to keep in mind he is not an actor. He's just a guy who sings. So
Oh,
if you think of it, he really did good job, a damn good
awesome.
job. So it's really, and he's so I said he's non-actor. I'm a non-actor as well. So yeah, Tesla is perfect for me.
Okay, great, man. Hey, we also heard about Thomas Alva Edison in that film.
Yeah, and the rivalry between
Oh, of course. Hey,
Edison
but
and
if
Tesla.
I mean, I'm just asking Easty, if
Hmm,
Nolan would make his mind to depict that character also, suppose, I mean,
hmm,
for a scene or a couple,
hmm,
like Thomas Alva Edison. So,
hmm.
according to you, which actor would suit in that role?
I
Hey, that's
think
an interesting question. Accept that.
yeah, it's really interesting, man. It's like a character who is not in a movie, and you're saying me to add
Yeah,
a character which
exactly.
can fit into the movie. I would choose. Okay, it can be a bit controversial, but I would choose Kevin Spacey.
Kevin. Oh.
Kevin Spacey. I mean he's in jail or
Hmm.
in custody right now. I don't know
Yeah, I heard that. I
because of,
mean,
yeah, because of something stupid he did. So,
Kevin
but
Stacy. Okay, okay,
Kevin
got it.
Spacey, but he can really do that role. He was in American Beauty as well. So he's
American
really good
Beauty.
actor. We have to agree
Hmm.
on it. He's a really good actor, but he did some stupid thing and
So according to
he's
you, he would suit, I mean, playing Thomas Alva Edison.
just perfect.
Hey, but Easty, what about Bandit Cumberbatch?
He looks too British, man.
Oh,
He doesn't
I
look
see.
American.
British.
And Edison has to be American.
Hmm.
So I'm not saying that British guy can't look American because British guy settled on America and they really start living there. So there can be similarities, but I'm talking about really old look.
Oh,
Uh,
I see.
yeah, I mean, Cumberbatch look young and old at the same time. I don't know if he's young or old. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, I can't make a difference. He looks 20-year-old and 50-year-old at the same time. I don't know. There's something about his face. Just
Interesting.
imagine Benedict Cumberbatch uh, uh, in shirt, just a trouser and shoe,
Hmm.
and a blazer, and hand him a just book, and make him a professor.
Whoa, got it.
Now tell how old he's looking.
I'm getting what you're trying to convey here.
45,
Yeah,
40-ish.
exactly.
So he's around that age, can be, but I don't know his age. But he looks 20 and 50 at the same time. It's very confusing for me. But I think
Got
Kevin
it.
Spacey would do Addison's role quite
Okay,
perfect.
okay.
He
Got
can do
it.
it. So who would you
Anyways.
pick?
Uh, okay.
Hmm.
So, hey, I don't know the name of that actor, but
Hmm.
you noticed the guy who played cop in Justice League or Dawn of Justice?
Who? The dog.
No, no, the cop.
The cop in Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League or in Dawn of Justice,
The cop. I don't remember that
Batman
guy.
versus Superman. Maybe, I mean, or but still, actually, I was thinking about an actor.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously having a mustache, playing Thomas Alva Edison. I mean, it
Yeah.
just popped in my mind, and I'm not good at casting. Seriously, man. I was just trying to recall an actor who would fit in the role of Thomas Alva Edison. Hey, what about if we say Robert Downey Jr.? No. What do you think?
I don't know what to say.
Robert Downey Jr. playing Thomas Alva Edison. I mean, is it
It looks ugly.
ugly?
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry. I'm not good in casting. I used to again. I'm
I
sorry.
started imagining Robert Downey Jr. and he's a little bit bald and
Oh
he
my
doesn't
God.
have that Frenchy. He doesn't have that Frenchy and just a mustache. And now I'm seeing Chaplin.
Oh my God, Chaplin.
I mean, it started from Thomas Alva Edison and you made him Chaplin. Oh my God. What the fuck happened?
Uh-oh.
I don't know, man.
Anyways, again, like I accepted. Let's not,
So who was that cop you're talking about, Dawn of
Hey,
Justice and
I
Justice
don't
League?
know. I don't know the name of that. The police commissioner, the cop.
Uh, J.K. Simmons. He was in Whiplash. He was in Spider-Man.
No. Hey, Easty,
Hmm.
I think you'll kill me.
Hmm.
Because I would about to say The Dark Knight. Sorry, not the Dawn of Justice. I just confused
Ah,
between those actors.
oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the guy
So,
who played cop in the Dark Knight trilogy.
oh, Gary Oldman.
Yeah, Gary Oldman.
Ah, I got it.
Yeah,
Gary Oldman. Now I know it. Oh,
I
how?
was unable to recollect his name. That's why.
Yeah. Even he's also British.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, there's so many great British
So again,
actors.
after so much efforts, dear listeners, I'm
We
unable
can't
to put a
find.
right guy.
Yeah, we can't find
Yeah.
one damn American for playing a one damn
Oh.
American.
Anyways, hey, are you
Yeah,
interested
damn
to
it.
play that character, Thomas
Thomas
Alva
Alva
Edison?
Edison.
Yeah.
Nah.
Obviously, cause you're a Tesla guy, right?
No. I don't want to play a baddie.
Oh, Easty playing
Well, I don't
Betty.
know. I mean, but I can't play Edison. No,
Hmm,
I can't play. I can play Tesla because there's
Tesla.
a bit of I. I mean, it can be controversial again,
Yeah.
but I I do look a little bit similar to Tesla. I mean, it's really
Oh.
fucked up thing to say,
No.
but
I agree, Steve. Come on, you're my brother. I
but
know
if
you.
you've seen his portrait
Yeah.
and his stature and everything, and he was as tall as me as well. So yeah, we can be like that. And he,
Okay, so
also,
tonight I'm gonna do some kind of Photoshop on your photo. I just gotta take a photo and I'll do a lot of editing and try to, depict it like Tesla. And
yeah,
I'll
please,
gift you that.
yeah,
That will be your birthday present.
yeah, just made me more handsome.
Oh, of course I'll try my best, man.
Yeah, but
Trust
it
upon
could
my
be
heart.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, really,
Hey,
really
anyways,
interesting to see.
Isti, but which character you would choose? I mean, whom you really love to see in that particular character, just to watch. I mean,
Just to watch, I
yeah,
really enjoyed Borden, of course.
Alfred Borden. Okay, again,
Alfred Borden, he was
yeah.
really all over the place in the
Hmm.
movie. And I also enjoyed Cutter. I
Got
really enjoyed.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
if you ask me to watch Cutter for 1 hour, I can watch him.
Oh,
He
I see.
must be doing some really interesting thing. And the way he scolded people is also very interesting. Like
Hmm.
when he scolded Robert Angier for the first time, like,
Oh, yeah,
if
yeah.
I can see you kissing your wife's leg from
I
more than 10
remember that.
feet
That's
apart,
it.
so there a guy at the backstage. I really like the way he scolds people.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
out of nowhere, he just said that line, while just
yeah,
stepping upon the stairs.
yeah. You can call it ad lib as well because maybe it wasn't in a script and he just
Yeah, we can say that.
said, yeah. I
If
mean,
I
he's a
can
veteran
see
actor.
you kissing your wife's leg.
Yeah,
Right.
he's so big of an actor. He's so veteran, like he can do it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, so it's no doubt in that. Do you enjoy watching Black Widow? Oh, I
Black,
mean
hey, come on,
Olivia.
Scarlett Johansson, Olivia. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. I really love that character.
yeah,
And very beautifully, she portrayed that character also. And
yeah,
that character itself appeared very beautiful.
yeah.
And besides her, I also enjoyed watching Rebecca playing Sarah. Yeah,
Sarah.
yeah. And
Yeah,
apart from that, I would say I really enjoyed watching Andy Serkis playing Ellie. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really
when Tesla
rare to
just took
see
his
him.
cat for that experiment. So how he said, "Hey, that's my cat. If anything happens to this creature, you'll be responsible."
Yeah, and it's also very rare to see Andy Serkis doing real action.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he always behind the stage.
Yeah. Hey,
He
Steve,
also doing.
what I'm
Yeah.
holding?
What?
What am I holding?
Uh, I don't know. I think you're holding. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Your phone? Your phone? You're holding your phone?
Okay, yeah, you're right. How you do that? The great
Yes.
Danton.
It's natural.
Exactly, Ellie asked Robert Anger at that particular scene.
Yeah.
Hey, the great Denton, what am I holding? Your watch.
Yeah. It also a reference to Lord of Ring.
Oh, yeah. How?
I mean, not Lord of the Ring
Yeah,
exactly. That scene was in Hobbit, which
hmm,
came later. Like this movie came in 2006, and Hobbit
right.
came in 2011, 2012, something.
Hmm,
So there's a specific scene about where Bilbo Baggins fooled him
hmm.
by guessing what he's holding. So he get fooled there
Okay,
as
so
well, and he's get fooled as well. But the novel about the hobbits
yeah,
was wrote many many years earlier. So yeah, it can be
we can
referenced
say
about
that.
that scene as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a
I
very
mean, that
beautiful
particular
scene.
scene showed that Ellie actually was impressed by that particular trick. Like the great
He
Danton, how you do that? I mean, how you can guess? What any guest or what the audience carrying in their pockets?
yeah, I mean the only thing holding Ellie behind was
Yeah,
Tesla's order.
Tesla's
Maybe Tesla
right.
told him, and I think Ellie was a great fan of the great Danton. He was a big fan. He was a genuine fan of him because when he
Exactly.
got time to meet him, he really came even when raining, even there was
Hmm.
raining, and he did came there to meet him. I really like that. He was a fan. You can call him a fan.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
you remember that part? I mean, when he was just when Robert Anger was having his drink, and beneath the glass he found a card,
Yeah, yeah, I
and
remember.
the same thing he did with Cutler. I mean, I like that trick.
Yeah, they both were magicians, so
Exactly.
they were playing homage to each other. So
Right,
I
right.
really like that kind of thing. So what you say
Hey,
about
Isti, in,
yeah,
in, in, in the movie Prestige, Robert Anger answered Alfred Borden as well as John Cutler. I
hmm
mean, the same way. I mean, uh, Alfred Borden played a trick with him. Like, he just wrote his name in his diary.
yep,
And the same thing Robert Anger did. And when it comes to John Cutler once just put a card beneath his glass. And the same thing he did later.
yeah, it's
So,
like
and I think as if we talk about the character Robert Anger, he really loved to answer a trick with a trick.
yeah,
I mean,
that's why he
yeah.
wrote that book
Initially
diary
he
as well.
shows that, oh my God, I'm amazed how you did that, and
Hmm
later he answered, the same way. So I
Yeah,
love that part. Yeah. Hey,
he
yeah.
also
Sorry to
answered.
interrupt. I mean, what you were saying, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was continue with that thing.
Yeah.
He was also did with the diary as well.
Exactly. Right. That's what
Yeah,
I
so
said. Yeah.
you just said, but I really like the way he did with the diary because he was confusing him. The first thing of diary is like
Exactly.
you're reading it, I'm dead now, and
Hmm.
you're in jail. So
Oh, got it. Got it. That made it
he was,
really thrilling.
yeah, he was convinced that he must be in a jail. So he
Exactly.
was, yeah. What do you say about editing?
Editing again, I mean, it's quite technical. I'm not good at it, but yeah, I mean, as a viewer, I would
Hmm.
say I really loved it. Like I already mentioned,
Hmm.
intercutting, right? So we could
Yeah.
see that in this particular film. And
Hmm.
apart from that, editing. I mean, besides editing, we talk about the all the color grading of this particular film. So that appeared really absorbed and very, you know, it was really
Very
nice to see that.
cinematic.
Very cinematic also. Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's a prominent use of orange
Exactly.
and
We
teal.
didn't find any poppy color in that particular film.
No, no, you found very cinematic
Yeah,
colors, and the two of the most cinematic color are orange and teal.
I
You
see.
you see the really fucked up shade of blue,
Okay, got it.
sort of something like that, and orange, a real orange.
Right.
So that the contrast between two colors are so beautiful that it been used in many films. Started from Godfather. They used not blue, they used
Hmm.
black and orange.
Black and
So
orange. Okay.
so it was really beautiful about that movie. And in this movie they really used blue and orange.
Okay.
So
Got it.
so so they made it too cinematic. And Nolan's
And
movie is
I could
always a
also
matter cinematic.
see a lot of grayish shade in this particular film. I mean, be it costume or any surrounding. So I
Yeah.
found gray color also.
Yeah, you found
Maybe, yeah.
gray color more in costumes.
Costumes, yeah, right.
Yeah, so
And
the
the
costume designing was
faded gray, I mean, kind of smoky or ashy, something
charcoal
like that.
gray.
Yeah, charcoal gray, like that
So
only.
yeah, very posh, very English colors.
So
So
here I just, I just gave an example that I'm not good at it. So that's why I just jumped from editing to color grading. Yeah. So just let's get back to the topic, editing. So obviously, like we already mentioned earlier, Easty, like, I mean, we could see more than 140 jump cuts, obviously.
yeah,
So editing, literally one of the best USP of this particular film, apart from a very
yeah.
good plot or superb characters. So I think you are better at it. So you just try to. I mean, would you love to just put some light over the editing of this particular film?
Actually, I'm no better to talk about it as well,
But still,
but I was expecting something from you that
hey,
you
come
think
on,
you're directing. Okay,
the
but I
technical
think
department's here.
but I think editing was the huge part of a movie. First of
Yeah,
all,
exactly.
it really made movie what it is because the whole movie is made by editing, and
Right.
it's really an art you notice when it's invisible. If it's
Exactly.
visible, it's a bad editing. So if it's invisible, it's a great editing. So
Right.
I think the elements of editing borrowed from. Have you seen that movie, The Thin Red Line?
No.
If any listener would have seen that movie, The Thin Red Line, they know what I'm talking about. There's no
Okay.
fade shot. There's no fade cut. Nothing like that.
Okay. I mean, just
Just
all of a sudden. I mean, within a
all of
fractional second, like zoom.
yeah, yeah. Every
Yeah.
cut is L cut. If you
Okay.
know,
Got it.
mm, there's a there's just L cut and J cuts.
Are you
L cut
talking
and J cut.
about a sharp cut?
Yeah, the sharp cut.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who learned about editing, they would understand L
Mhm.
cuts and J cuts. So they're always J cuts and L cuts throughout the movie.
I see.
They're not. They're very. Some of them are very suddenly. It just
Right.
pop into the screen. So it's very rare to see those cut in this movie. But there's always L cut. The more often the
Right.
L cut. So and J cut as well.
And to explain the beauty of editing of this particular film, we can just give our listeners a very beautiful task. So here, listeners, I mean, just try to predict every cut in this particular film. And trust me, I'm not able to predict a single cut. Like in this particular running shot, where Nolan will cut the scene, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, we're gonna see in-camera editing or we're gonna see post-production editing. You don't know.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, and where's the pre-production editing? Like he edited some scene
Mhm.
before starting a movie. You can't even insert one extra scene in this movie. It's really hard to insert those
Yeah,
scenes
right.
without being cheesy. Like if you want to add a scene where uh, where Angier is waiting for Borden to come up, and you can't put camera on Angier's face. It looks
Okay, got it.
too cheesy, and but it's seamless. That's why you can't add any more scene in this
Exactly.
movie. Yeah,
I mean,
very tight.
even with having 140 or 145 jump cuts, he actually spliced all the shots very well, Nolan. I mean, you won't find anything like, okay, I mean, here he's just messing up with the order of the scenes or the screenplay. No, I mean, that appeared really beautiful and spliced and completely absorbed with each other, every scene. So, I mean, that took a lot of efforts, obviously.
Yeah,
Hats
I
off to
think
the
he
crew.
started editing movie from writing.
Oh,
He
I
started
see.
with writing. I
Yeah, we
think
can say
he
that.
writes in chronological order, and
Mhm.
then he mess around with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he showed it
possible.
in Memento as well.
Whoa,
Yeah, so if you've seen Memento, that movie is the prime example
memento.
of editing. It's so
Right.
beautiful, so seamless, like it's nothing like anything else. What you say
Beautiful.
about cinematography? It's really underrated of this movie. People
Cinematography,
don't
yeah,
talk
we can
about
say
it.
that.
Yeah,
Cinematography,
constant use of
I would
handheld
say,
cameras.
yeah, like we already had to talk about it. And
Yeah,
all the following shots or, all the mobile shots.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think Nolan doesn't use, I mean, in this particular film, he didn't use that much of crane shot. I mean, I
No.
couldn't see any crane shot. I mean, all the shots were like, we can say, 90 degree. I mean, from viewer's perspective.
Yeah, we just got one helicopter shot of
Yeah.
train, and that's it.
Oh yeah, of course. Hey, that was
We,
necessary. Stick 'em on.
yeah, to establish
Yeah.
that's established shot, so you
Right.
can't blame him for that. But he just used one overhead, just one,
Yeah.
where he
Exactly.
was reading a letter. I think I remember. Maybe there were more, but I remember just one overhead. There's not also um, very less of a orthodox filmmaking. He doesn't
Of
use
course.
very typical shot. He always trying and doing something new with camera.
Hmm. Right.
He's
Right. Right.
he's not
Exactly.
following old tricks. You can see a bit of a Terrence Malick
Hmm.
in his film in terms of editing, just editing. And if you talk about the way camera moves, just some moments from Stanley Kubrick, just few,
Whoa.
just style of it, just a little bit,
Stanley Kubrick.
just a little bit of strike of it. Like few shot have very similar approach as it has in Clockwork Orange. Just
Oh, I love that movie. I've watched it a lot of time.
yeah, when camera moves just too close to your face.
Yeah.
Even in Insomnia, I mean,
Whoa, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams and Al Pacino. So Christopher Nolan told that he used camera too close to Al Pacino, and he did it to make
Hmm.
it intimate. And Al Pacino said it really helped him. Like the camera was too close on his face, and people will criticize him. People was criticizing him to keep camera too close of his face, and
Okay.
but later on, Al Pacino said it really helped me. It
Whoa.
really helped me. The camera really helped me. So it's really unique about that acting. I mean, it's really unique. Like a actor is taking what we can say cues from camera. He's not relying off other actor or
Right.
cameraman or cinematographer or director. He's taking cue from camera. It's really
Whoa.
modern. I really like that. So
Nice.
yeah,
And also we witnessed a lot of excellent examples of lensing in
yeah,
Nolan's films, especially in Prestige also.
yeah,
Like he just kept all the lensing very precise and very
yeah.
very
In that
balanced.
yeah in that department,
Hmm.
Christopher Nolan is very precise about focus.
Focus, right?
He's really avid about where he wants his focus and where he doesn't want it. So
Exactly.
you can't find one single shot which is focused or pulled or pushed or just framed wrong. You can't
Right.
find it. He and he doesn't use monitor. It's it's really yeah. It's I I mean I can't imagine not using monitor on set. And he and Tarantino doesn't use monitor. They rely
Oh,
on camera. They set
I mean,
camera. They watch it
being
from that.
indie filmmaker.
Yeah, like I said, he
Yeah.
does make movies like indie filmmaker. So
Right.
he doesn't use any monitor. He rely on camera. He knows, oh, there's camera, okay. He visualize in his mind and say, okay, it's gonna look good. And he trusts his cinematographer first of all. You need good trust on cinematographer to
Of
do that
course.
kind of thing. You really trust him, like, okay, he's gonna take care of it. I'm just gonna frame a shot. I'm just gonna do blocking, staging. I'm just gonna talk to my actors, that sort of thing.
Great, man. Hey, and of course, how could we miss an important part? I mean, the music or sound.
It's really inaudible most of the cases. You don't
Right.
see much of a music in this movie. You
Hmm.
just see one needle drop. There is a needle drop. I mean, it's really rare to find he doesn't do needle drop.
Yeah, I was about to
Christopher
ask that.
Nolan.
I mean, it's really rare to find a needle drop in Nolan's films.
Yeah, and he did it in this movie with
And
very
ambience
specific
also,
reason.
I think. He
Yeah,
doesn't use that much.
he do use ambience,
Hmm.
but he doesn't use needle drop.
Oh,
He
I see.
used needle drop for the title. I mean, when you no, not in the title, but in the ending, you heard a song entitled when the credit rolls.
Oh, I
You
mean,
heard a song.
you're talking about that part, okay. During the credits.
Yeah, during the credits,
Okay,
the
okay.
song played
Yeah,
of Tom
I
York.
exactly remember. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I was thinking why he did it, and I found
Mhm.
out the song name is Analyze.
Whoa.
I was like, okay, now
Nice.
I know why he did that. The song name is Analyze, and that song is really about obsession
Right.
and creativity. So I knew it, and that and the just the name of song killed it. Like when movies end,
Mhm.
and the song start playing, and people be like, oh, what song it is? The song name is Analyze, and your brain was like, okay, yeah, I have to analyze.
Awesome,
So
man.
so it was really a good needle drop. He did it just once, but that was damn
That
perfect.
is nice, yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. So music was very unheard of this movie. Like he used
Yeah,
classical
we can see
songs
that.
more. Yeah, of
Right.
that era. Mozart and who was that guy? I don't remember. Bach and Mozart. Yeah, he
Mhm.
used Bach and Mozart's old songs of 1700s, 1600s.
Whoa.
You see the old
Quite
orchestral
old,
songs.
man.
Yeah, too old. Uh,
Ancient.
yeah, and he even used music as a story device as well.
Yeah, we can see
Like
that. Right.
I mean, the people who make music would have heard about shepherd tone. I mean, it's really unfamiliar. Very few people
Right.
knew about shepherd tone, but it's a continuous progression of music. You're hearing just one beat, ding, like this, and
Right.
it's rising with one octave, one octave, one
And
octave.
that's when Nolan made a singer doing acting. That's
Which,
why Tesla.
yeah,
Yeah.
that.
He has nothing much to do with the music, so he just picked a musician or a singer and just made him portraying a character.
No, we can say like he was a big fan of David Bowie himself. He
Whoa,
said it. So it's like you inviting someone who you like it.
that's nice.
Okay, who's your favorite artist in terms of music? I mean, one artist you can say like I like him. I would like to meet him. Or
Oh,
something
you're
like that.
asking this to me. I would say,
Sorry.
hey, can I? Yeah, of course, but hey, still, I won't disappoint my dear listeners, okay? So I will answer. So my brother asked me about an artist. So, hey, can I just say the name of a band or a crew?
Yeah, yeah, there's no
Hey,
limit. You
okay,
can say like
thanks, man. So I would say, Blue.
the blue.
Yeah. I mean, after hearing those guys, I never loved any Western song. I mean, come on, One Love, You Make Me Wanna Love, or All Rise, or Fly By. I really, and above all, sorry seems to be the hardest word. I mean, literally, I mean, I just love listening to them. I mean, basically not hearing, I actually listen to them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was like that for Nolan. Invited David
Whoa.
Bowie. So
I
I
got
mean,
it. I got it.
yeah. So he really liked his music. So that's why, and he convinced him. Very. It was very tough to convince him at first. Like
Oh, I
he's
see.
not an actor,
Yeah,
so
of
it's
course,
very
of
hard
course.
to cast a non-actor to do a role very important. Tesla was a main part of that movie.
Right,
He
right. We can say
he was
that.
the only wizard of that movie.
Yeah,
Rest
the
were
only
just
visit, right.
yeah,
And the
all of
cause
them were
behind the greatest trick, I mean, depicted in that film.
yeah,
The
yeah,
the real transporter man.
too good to be true.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
so yeah, it was the greatest trick as well. So yeah,
Anyways, hey, but what about you? I mean, who's your favorite artist in music?
in
Don't
music,
don't say Eastwood.
no, I'm not gonna say he's
Yeah.
just a trash. So why would I
Oh
name him?
man.
So I would say I like too many artists. I can't pick
But
one,
still, I mean, if you just, I
just
mean, for
one,
the listeners, I mean, just share any one name.
just one. I would ask Billy Joe Armstrong. He's a lead
Okay.
singer of Green Day, one of my
Green Day.
favorite band.
Okay.
So I would ask him to do some role. I mean, he
Wow.
did some role as well. So yeah, he can act as well. I can't convince Daft Punk because they never show their faces. So I would ask Billy Joe Armstrong. I like him. His personality is
Great,
great too.
man.
Yeah, he's one of those artists who said, "I ain't no Justin Bieber, you motherfuckers," to audience. So yeah, there's one interview, not an interview. There was a concert of him,
Mhm.
and he was about to finish his set, and somebody asked him to leave because Justin Bieber was about to come, and he said,
Whoa.
"I'm making music since 1986." And you're gonna turn me off for Justin fucking Bieber. So he was really angry
Oh,
on
man.
Justin Bieber. I really like the convention. I mean, I'm gonna send you that link of that
Yeah, of
concert.
course.
You wanna watch it? I mean, listeners, if you're listening, please go and watch that concert. It's so fucking beautiful. Just watch it. I
Yeah,
mean,
of course they will watch, and I'll also watch. I mean,
yeah,
post
man.
this episode.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he's a character, Billy Joe Armstrong.
Right.
So that's why I would ask him to do something.
Hey, but Isti, by the way, which knot you tied? Hey, come on, one
I
last time.
don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, okay, so with these marvelous dialogues or lines, we are just close to wrap up today's episode. Hey, anything else you got to say to the listeners, Isti?
Abracadabra.
Hey, man, that was quite unpredictable. You just son of a gun. Hey, I love that. You impressed me, by the way.
I
Abracadabra.
knew.
Nice, nice.
So,
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for joining. Stay tuned for more fascinating discussions. Stay adorable, stay healthy, stay maniac.